All right, we're going to take a look at Aleks, lesson 1-5, number 1. It says, graphing a piecewise defined function. Suppose that g is defined as for all real numbers like this. Graph the function g. Well, for you on Aleks, you'll actually have something to graph with. Mine doesn't, on my view, I can't actually see anything to help me graph, so I'm just going to help you out off of this. We know that the y-axis is the vertical axis, the x-axis is the horizontal. These values over here on the right side are like my domain or my x values. And so this says the graph is 1 as long as x does not equal 0. So x equals 0 right here in the middle of the x-axis. So that means everywhere that we're not of x value of 0, the y value, this is the y value here, is 1. Which basically means we have kind of like an open circle going all the way across, or excuse me, an open line. I can't talk, I'm sorry. A line going all the way across at the y value of 1. So this is the y value of 1, but we would have an open circle right there. Okay, so at that spot we would have an open circle. And the reason we have an open circle is because it says it cannot equal 0. If x is equal to 0, the y value is actually going to be 2. So a spot higher, if you want a spot higher, so let's make that a 2 right there. This is an open circle. We would have a closed circle right there. And that's how this graph would look. Kind of like a line, but with an open circle right there. Honestly, these should be arrows. And then the open circle will be filled in right there. And so this is called a removable discontinuity because it's just a little open. And some people actually call it a non-removable since the dot is up there. But that's what the graph would look like. Now, if you want help with this, I have created a piecewise defined function. If you go over to your class period here, this class is third period, I would go to Desmos, and you can choose piecewise function. If you click this link, you could type it in, and the way it's set up is you type in each equation. So this is saying the first branch, and so what we'd be looking at is the 1 when x does not equal 0. So I'd put 1 here when x does not equal 0. Now I'm not sure if Desmos has that symbol. Yeah, I don't see that one. So basically this is saying as long as x is less than 0, we use that, and it will also be 1 as long as x is greater than 0. That's kind of weird. Less than 0 and greater than 0, we would have this. And the only open spot would be, let me add this one, 2, if x actually equaled 0. Now, I got 3 equations here, so when I come down here, I would have to choose, it says step 3, choose the correct piecewise folder depending on how many branches. I had to use 3 branches, so I won't use this 2. I'll use the 3 branches folder. When I click this, this should be my graph, and you'll see at 0, well, it's saying undefined. I don't know what's going on there with my problem. I got something messed up in there, but this should be a value of 2. I don't know why it's not pulling there, but the rest of the graph you can see is a straight line all the way across. Just we should have that value right there at 2. So that's how you do it. I'm sorry that I can't get that dot to appear right there, but this is how the graph would look.